Okay, and we are live. Hello and welcome to Lister's channel. I'm a person who goes by the name Listers, and I'm joined today by Wild Rose Queen.
Hello.
Yeah. She has already done her introduction on her channel, and if you want to follow her on Twitch, we are live. Hello and welcome to Lister's channel. I'm a person who goes by the name Listers, and I'm joined today by Wild Rose Queen. Apologies for the double audio there. I accidentally left Twitch up. Right. Okay. Cool. Alright, so today we are learning about Celtic history, and as Wild Rose Queen has already said on her stream, we will be starting off by learning that about some of the things that Gaelic is still used for today. On the screen now, if all has been oops, if it works. I don't think it is right now. There we go. Okay, so first of all,
my name is Anne Martin. I come from Limerick in Trotternish in the north
road signs that are
if you open up any
used
map of Skye,
still today, if you go around Scotland,
because the
that are
words,
used in
the names
Gaelic.
are so descriptive, and once you know a landscape, you understand why
Thanks for the follow.
And it all becomes really obvious. The language itself lends to being very descriptive.
They're currently speaking in English, but they do have the subtitles are also in Gaelic.
I can make the audio louder if you can hear it.
In the middle of the Isle. It directs motorists towards the Kyle of Lochalsh over the sky.
Oops, wrong button. Sorry, I've accidentally stopped the video there. Yes. I don't know if is the audio good on your screen? Yeah.
I didn't share it because I'm not sure if it's double, so I not share it. We should try out when we don't do this kind of collab. Maybe someday when we have a time.
Yeah, we probably should actually test out the audio. I assume that you are asking me to stream it on my screen. I assume that was what you were asking me to do. Yeah.
Scotland? Wait. They say this in America. It's very interesting.
Directs
I never heard about it. I know that in Australia they speak differently, but I never heard this. Okay, going to continue the video. I think I have to get back my TV because I can't see what I do.
Both place names reference waterways, and the sign is located at the old bridge over the River Sligaken, which is strongly associated with folklore, myth and magic.
If I look out my kitchen window, there are names within that landscape that have died out even in my lifetime, and it's such a shame.
There is a song about Skye, I think it Outlander. To go to Skye or something like this, I think. It's a very old place, right?
Yeah, the Isle of Skye is it is it's a rather large island off the coast of Scotland, off the coast of the west of Scotland. That is that's had a long history of being one of the centre places, I believe, of Highland culture. I think.
Highlander. Yeah, they are a Highlander. So maybe because of this, they sing about this. English. I don't know how to pronounce what you wrote in chat because it's very, very strange. Double E and GLE double N END. I'm not sure. England. Okay. I'm not sure. Going to continue the video if you don't have anything to say about this.
Yeah. continue the video as well.
Introduce you into stories and culture and traditions that are part and parcel of the people and the landscape of the west coast of Scotland.
Again, folklore, mythical magic. Yeah, because of Outlander is a mythological magic story that you can time travel. Yeah. England, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Times gone by when there was no roads, every little feature that was distinctive had a name, and it was a descriptive name, and it was used as a navigation tool basically to get from A to B. The yellow rock or the red burn or cow-shaped hill or something like that, you know, it was all very clear and helped people to get from croft to croft.
National Museum Scotland has collected a sign from Skye that tells us interesting things about the relationship between the language and the landscape. Can you tell us about the place names on that sign?
Cool is the Kyle, the straits or the narrows of the water of Loch Alsh. Alsh is quite a difficult one to determine, but Alsha is thought to refer to sweat. So there's clearly a relation between sweat or sweatiness, and this could refer to the ground or around the loch. Broadford, or in Gaelic, Intaliehin. It's originally generally thought to be a Norse name, Breiðafjord, meaning the broad fjord or forth, which was reanalysed into English, Broadford, and translated into Gaelic, Intaliehin. We don't have many visual references to Gaelic. We hear it a lot on the radio, etc., or speaking to our family and friends, but you can't go into your local supermarket and pick up it.
Narrow of the water of Loch. Eliza, you can say about this something that we should know. I don't know much about this, so if you know that place or something, you can tell about something.
Yeah, like I've personally never been to Loch Alsh. Loch is I think translates to lake in English, because loch is also a Scots word as well. So generally it's like it does refer to a sort of a large lake.
Yeah.
So what's probably happened is when there was the two languages that came together, like where we had Scots speakers and Highland Gaelic speakers. What ended up happening was like we would still use the Gaelic place name, so it would have been the Cal. So we've got the word Alsh, and we would call it the Loch Alsh. So it would be the Loch Alsh, and so we've got so that's how there's almost all place names in Scotland have Celtic origin. There's lots of different places that they may have come from. Later on in the video, it mentions that some of them are also of Norse origin.
So there's around the loch
as well. But you've got almost all places are will be Gaelic names that have may have a word or two of Scots or otherwise in it. So yeah,
Broadford,
it's a
or
very
Gaelic,
common thing in Scotland, and it's often how we know what tribes or lived in the area. This is one of the reasons we think the Pict spoke a Welsh-based language, because a lot of the place names you find in the east of Scotland are similar to Welsh place names. I can't think of one off the top of my head. I think Pittodrie, which is the name of the place that Aberdeen Stadium is. The prefix Pit is found in Welsh languages. So people think that the Pict spoke a Welsh language as well as compared to places when you go more further west, where you get more Gaelic and Irish based words in place names.
Yeah. Going to continue the video because I can't say much about this because I don't know anything about this, so I only know Outlanders that based in the 18th century. So yeah.
Thought to be a Norse name, Breiðafjord, meaning the broad fjord or forth, which was reanalysed into English, Broadford, and translated into Gaelic and Tadihin. We don't have many visual references to Gaelic. We hear it a lot on the radio, etc., or speaking to our family and friends, but you can't go into your local supermarket and pick up a can of soup and read the ingredients in Gaelic. So it's a really important, useful visual reference to the language.
Gaelic English road signs have been introduced across different parts of Scotland over many decades. Since 2010, as a result of government policy, all existing English road signs across the northwest region of Scotland have been replaced with bilingual versions. A combination of Gaelic and Old Norse on this sign tells us about diversity of the root languages of Scotland's place names. The sign tells us about how we navigate the landscape and the world around us in Scotland today. In particular, it tells us about the very distinct relationship between the Gaelic language and the Scottish landscape.
When I was wee, there was very, very little signage anywhere to show that there was a different language, which then leads to a different culture and a different history. We have to be proactive in ensuring that people understand that people and cultures and languages are diverse.
Alright.
I think the video ends.
Yep, that's the video ended on mine as well. Yes. So when you do go to Scotland, almost you get a lot of bilingual signs, especially when you go to the Highlands. I've been to the Highlands once camping, and otherwise, the most common place you find Gaelic is written on railway stations. So that's mostly how that's the transport seems to be where most of the Gaelic language seems to be written, in terms of making sure that it's still there and alive. They also mentioned at the end there that you mostly hear it on the radio. One of the most popular places that you hear Gaelic spoken today is actually on TV. I've not had a TV license for a while, so I've not been able to watch it, but there's a TV channel called BBC Alba that which is a channel entirely in Gaelic, and I used to watch the football on there, and the commentary was entirely in Gaelic, minus occasionally an interview or two that had to be conducted in English because the speakers didn't know how to speak Gaelic. But so that's generally most of it. You can actually, you can get if you only knew Gaelic, you could at least at the very least navigate through Scotland.
BBC Alba.
Yes, BBC Alba. That is the TV channel entirely in Gaelic, and it's the most common way that people interact with Gaelic in the modern day, because if you want to watch any of the lower tiers of football, as well as the rugby as well, if you want to watch any of those, BBC Alba is one of the few places that shows them. So a lot of the time you'll be able to go and watch those entirely, and it's all entirely in Gaelic. So that is the way the vast majority of people interact with the language today.
Yeah. The second video,
Yep.
the name of the town, that I
today we
show.
have a contrast in temperature
And
across
this is
the
a
UK,
broadcast, and they're going to say a very, very strange name. I'm not sure what it's meaning, so let's watch this.
Yep.
12 degrees over coastal parts of eastern England with cloudy skies, but in the sunshine in northwest Wales at RAF Mona, just up the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyn, Gellgogedacwindrobol, Llantysilio Gogogoch, the temperature got to 21 Celsius, that's 70 in Fahrenheit.
Yep.
Gellgogedacwindrobol.
Now, yep, the Llanfair Pwllgwyngyl Gogeri Chwindrobol Llantysilio Gogogoch. Yeah, with this place name, right? He's managed to pronounce it perfectly, which is something I may not necessarily, but this is actually a place name entirely in Welsh, which is one of the other Celtic languages, and one of the things with with Welsh is that this looks really hard for an English speaker to pronounce, and it technically is, and if you've got no reference for it, but a lot of the letters in this, they have a very consistent pronunciation, unlike in English where every letter means a completely different, has a completely different pronunciation. So we've got lan, the two L's. I believe that just means it's an L pronounced at the back of the throat. So lan, far,
hard.
Pu. The W is an sound. Pull. So land, far, pull, and then there's the Y. Y's are pronounced as an sound. So glingle. Lan far pull glingle gil go geri. The CH is a that's a sort of, you don't get the sound in English anymore, but you find it in the Celtic languages and in Scots as well. So I'm able to pronounce, despite not growing up speaking Gaelic. So the next one would be which looks really weird in English, but is pretty drop anti silio go. So if you actually manage to break it out into some syllables, you get lan, far, pull, going, go, Gogere, Churing, Drob, L, Ante, Silio, Gogogoch. And that's what this television presenter managed to do completely flawlessly, I assume with a lot of practice, because it's a bit of a tongue twister if you're not used to it.
In England, with cloudy
Yeah,
skies.
I try to write down, and I think we should talk about this as well if we get enough information, because it's very interesting.
Half of me feels like at one point we need to do a little bit of a pronunciation guide, because the technically I'd say there's an argument that a lot of the Celtic languages are easier to pronounce than English, because of English is an odd attempt to, like, because a lot of the letters in Welsh are the same as in English, but in English you write them with a letter that is used for another pronunciation, whereas in Welsh they have their own letter. And that's just due to English also picking up Welsh words that have been around, not Welsh words, but Welsh pronunciations, as the Anglo-Saxons originally invaded the Welsh, and that meant that the Welsh would have eventually had to learn English, and so that changed the pronunciation of quite a lot of things. That's why we have the and the sounds in English, despite the fact we don't have a letter for them. But in Welsh, they have a letter.
Wales, it's
So English is from Welsh.
English is a Germanic language. The Anglo-Saxons invaded from just like south of Denmark, and when they moved in, they brought their Germanic English language to the Welsh-speaking Britannia, which spoke Welsh. Modern-day England used to speak Welsh, and just when the Anglo-Saxons invaded, they taught the Welsh people who were staying there English, and so although the language is almost all the words are Anglo-Saxon in origin, which means that they're Germanic, not Celtic. The pronunciations that of those words were influenced by the Welsh language, because the Welsh would pronounce them in a certain way. There's a theory that in France that's the same. This where the Gauls, though they spoke Latin, would pronounce it a certain way, and that's why you have the French language today, because the French would pronounce Latin differently, and that would become French.
Yeah, I'm writing down because it's interesting. Pronounce. Okay, we can continue the next video. The painted facts, I think, the Scottish ancestors, how they look like.
These are some depictions. Apologies. What is that word? That word, Lanfer Pul Gwingel Goggery Kun Drobwol Salcolantis Solio Gogogoch. That is that's a place in Wales, in Anglesey, in what I call Enos Mona, because in the original Welsh it's Enos Mon. That is, yeah. It is known to have the longest place name in the British Isles. So yeah, welcome, Idiot Biscuit. This is the we're going over some of the Celtic language history, and right now we've covered some place names that are in that use the Celtic language. This is one of them, and I've used it mostly as a thing. If this looks like a complete tongue twister, but it's actually somewhat easy to pronounce. I would say. Well, not easy to pronounce, but easy to understand how you're meant to pronounce it. But it looks really weird as an English speaker.
Yeah.
So then, yeah.
Then we continue the next video.
Yep. The next video, and apologies for the use of AI.
These images are AI generated depiction.
Yeah, I'm just going to mute that. But yeah.
We didn't plan properly, but next time we can show more the real one if you want to see about this.
This detail was recorded by Julius Caesar himself. However, it was in reference to all Britons, centuries before the name Pict was first recorded. The Picts may not have been painted blue, but it is likely they painted themselves in some way, possibly with tattoos rather than body paint. Pictish identity was gradually lost after Picts and Gaels unified under the Kingdom of Alba, the first unified Scottish kingdom, but their influence still marks the Scottish identity.
The truth in Outlander, the Scottish people, they use the paint. I mean, if I can find it, I don't know, it was a clown bar or something like this. Scottish painting? I'm not sure. Body paint would be. I don't know. They use, I don't know if Jimmy is it, but it's all the custom or something. Body painting. I don't know if I find it. Maybe I should write war or something to find it. Okay, this is not what we need. Jimmy Fraser. In war in Scotland. There was a war when they wanted to save the woman or something, and they act. Oh gosh, I don't know. We find it because they was painted, but I don't know which part. Sorry for this. I just because okay, I going to look into this video.
Yeah, the use of body paint and tattoos was very common amongst the Pictish culture and the Brittonic cultures, according to the Romans who visited. That was the main. That was the main thing the Romans spoke when they came to Britain, and eventually, by the end of the time that the Romans were here, Scotland, which at the time was Pictland, because it was mostly occupied by the Picts, albeit there was one Welsh tribe there called Strathclyde. They were the last of the cultures there that continued to paint their bodies after the Romans had arrived. So they were often called the Picts, and that's what we call them today because it's said that my ancestors essentially on my Scottish side have been once painted their bodies in colours. There's been estimations that it might have originally come from a pain colour. Essentially, the idea that blue dye was sort of harder to come by back then, but one of the easiest ways to get it was from woad, which grows natively in Scotland. Occasionally, when I go camping, I'll look at some flowers, and they're very, and I'll be able to identify woad, which has yellow flowers, and just grows, and I can immediately notice that if you extract the dye from that, you get a very nice blue colour, and people use that blue colour to paint themselves and tattoo themselves, possibly as a painkiller before to lower the amount of pain that they were given. But at the very least, it became a sort of symbolic thing of throughout history. We don't know too much about it because the Picts never wrote anything down, unfortunately. I believe ancient Celtic religion was against the idea of writing things down. It had a very big tradition of sending people to monasteries to teach them, and I believe that as part of that they didn't want to write any of their secrets down. So we don't know much about why they did this kind of thing, but we just know that they did it.
Just very interesting because no, we don't know even Stonehenge what function was served by this structure, or how can I say? I can find Jamie Fraser. I mean, the first season maybe it was Scottish. How would they say? Let's see. What's London? 70 which 43. We should find this. Maybe we can find pictures from the war, but I'm not sure. I clearly can remember, but I can't find anything. So next time maybe it would be very interesting because in the series is better than the AI generated pictures, I think. We can continue with the next one if we continue.
Yeah. So one thing is that that standing stones like Stonehenge, they're actually found all over Scotland, just randomly dotted around. We've got one in the Isle of Lewis, which is actually the place where most people speak Gaelic right now. It's in the Outer Hebrides. Yeah, so there are places like Callanish, I believe it would be Callanis, I don't know, Calnese, on the Isle of Lewis. So we've got these standing stones, which in the TV series Outlander, Outlander, that they were used to time travel. We don't know what they were really used for, but they are probably a religious site found all around Scotland, because they are. This one, you can see this little map here, which you can't because I believe that's actually in the Outer Hebrides. This is one in the Lowlands, Macrae Moor. So you've got 3 little standing stones there, built between 3,500 and 1,500 BC. So these might even be pre-Celtic as well. We don't actually know. Like, if that's how old they are. Like, they would, like, I believe that still goes in line with Celtic things, but the Celtic cultures that live in the area are literally the first written cultures that have been here. Like, so we've got the Ring of Brodgar, which if anybody remembers Scotland Man on any of my streams, I believe Scotland Man has actually been to see the Ring of Brodgar, because he's gone on holiday to there. I hope to go there one day as well to see them myself, just because Orkney is full of old Celtic culture. That the people in Orkney, they're of Viking descent now, and they actually have a story about the Ring of Brodgar, talking about how it came about, which clearly isn't a Celtic myth, but I'm going to say it anyway. just because it's interesting. It was said that in the Ring of Brodgar, there was a violin player. I believe it was a violin player who was playing in the middle of it, and everywhere around it, trolls started to dance around in a circle around the violin player, and as soon as they were so caught up in dancing that when the sun rose, they didn't realise, and they turned to stone. And that stone today is the Ring of Brodgar. We've also got Clava cairns. We know why cairns were a thing. This is in Inverness, which is a famous city in Scotland. I believe these are the ones where which were in Outlander. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I not really went into this deep, but I can look after. We have plenty of material to cover, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And in the background, the clava cranes, I can see a thing in the background that I don't know if connected to the culture. I hear that maybe a tomb or something, if I know well.
I do know that in this that cairn, right? What cairns were, and I don't know if this is directly a Celtic thing or if this was something that continued on from that tradition, but cairns were often a kind of gravestone. What would happen is that before a battle, everybody would bring a rock to a place, and everybody would place their rock on in a large pile, and then they would go off to battle. And then when they would return from battle, they would take a rock out of the cairn, and the rocks that were left there were left as a monument to the people who had died in that battle. So you've got places like that in Scotland, which are called cairns, and some of them are still around today. As it says here, it is Clava Cairns is actually a Bronze Age cemetery.
Wow.
We've got Kilmartin Glen in Oban, which I think I've been to Oban before, but I can't remember. Yeah. One of the most important concentrations of Neolithic and Bronze Age remains in Scotland. The remains of the Fortress of Scots at Dunwich, a royal centre in Dalrighta, are located south of the Glens on the edge of Mon and Moor or the Great Moss. So yeah, once again, Fortress of the Scots at Dunwich. Dun means fortress. So that's how we know one of the things is of Celtic origin.
Okay.
Then we've got the Standing Stones of Stenness, which is one of the oldest standing stones in Scotland.
Actually, I went off to the Outlander place where time travel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see for the next stream.
Yeah.
This will be interesting where they shot the series. And we can continue. Maybe this would be the last. We can cover 2 more material because we should continue with the Scottish Gaelic in Duolingo in 30 minutes, I think, if it's good with you.
Yep.
Then as one Scottish Gaelic, I linked Wikipedia that write what is Scots Gaelic or simply Gaelic is Gaelic language, branch of Indo-European language family native to the Gaelic of Scotland as a Gaelic language. Scottish Gaelic as well as both Irish and Manx developed out of Old Irish. It became distinct spoken language sometimes in the 13th century in the Middle Irish period, although common literary language was shared by Gaels of both Ireland and Scotland until into the 17th century. Most of the modern Scotland was Gaelic speaking, and evidence, especially the Gaelic language page names that we covered the beginning of the stream, right? I don't know which part we should read up. Names, Scot Gaelic language may be also referred simply as Gaelic, pronounced Gaelic. I saying well? Yeah.
It's pronounced as Gaelic in English.
Gaelic, yeah.
And
Irish and Manx language, Gaelic or Gaelic.
Gaelic. And well, that's the thing. Gaelic may also refer to the Irish language Gaelic, and the Manx language Gaelic.
So Scottish Gaelic is distinct from Scots, the Middle English derived language which has come to be spoken in most of lowlands of Scotland.
Yep, the lowlands.
I don't know this place very much.
The lowlands. If I bring up a map of the of Scotland here, the lowlands are basically you notice that all of the parts that are slightly green. The lowlands are basically the rest of the map. Most of Scotland is basically from about here downwards. This land here, especially the central belt, that is the lowlands of Scotland. Mostly the basically most of Scotland. Half of Scotland is the Highlands, which gets its name from the amount of mountains that are in the Highlands, and the rest of Scotland is the lowlands, which is mostly because it's hilly or field environments. So yeah, that's the lowlands is most of Scotland. I'm personally from the lowlands, so yeah.
History. Based on medieval traditional accounts and the apparent evidence from linguistic geography, Gaelic has been commonly believed to have been brought to Scotland in the 4th and 5th century before Christ, starting from Ireland, who founded the Gaelic kingdom of Dal Riata on Scotland's west coast in present-day Argyll. And Argyll. An alternative view has been voiced by archaeologists. I can't speak. Archaeologists. Sorry, I not really speak that much. Ivan Campbell, who has argued that the putative migration of takeover is not reflected in archaeological or place name data. I'm going to zoom into because I can see this. And Campbell has also questioned the age and reliability of medieval historical sources. Speaking of conquest, instead he has inferred that Argyll form part of common Celtic language. Speak area with Ireland, connect to the two rather than divided by sea, signs the Iron Age. And I don't know about this because I do this.
Yeah.
Firstly,
This is speaking of the this speaking of theories of how the Gaelic language came to be. Q Celtic is okay. Apparently, okay. I believe right. Okay, the difference between Q Celtic languages is Q Celtic is Irish, Gaelic, and Manx. Those three languages. So it's one of the theories now is that the areas in Scotland and Scotland, Ireland, and the Isle of Man developed the Celtic languages simultaneously around that area, whereas some people think that Scotland and Pictland spoke Welsh first, and the Irish took the Irish language over to Scotland, which became Gaelic, which is the traditionally what's said to have happened. The Kingdom of Dalrita, that was a very common. Well, that was one of the kingdoms that became Scotland. That is but it's the Kingdom of Dalrita started in Ireland. It was in Northern Ireland that it started, and when the Romans left England, the Irish would start to move into all of Britain, Scotland as well, and they brought with them the Kingdom of Dalrita, and that would later become one of the two main kingdoms that would become Scotland.
Yeah, I think we could divide into parts. I mean, we take the beginning origin, and we can talk later about these other parts next time, I think. And I have a link about the Persia, the kingdom of Darwita, I think.
That's the Perthshire is a modern day.
For sure.
Yeah, Perthshire is a modern day county. It's not quite where the Kingdom of Dalrita was. The Kingdom of Dalrita was basically all of the Highlands, whereas everything to the right of Perthshire was the Kingdom of Pictland. Both of those formed together to create the Kingdom of Scotland. And then anything below most of what's below Perthshire was the Kingdom of Strathclyde, which would later become part of the Kingdom of Scotland. And everything to the southeast was Northumbria, I believe it was called, the Kingdom of Northumbria, which was actually an English-speaking kingdom that got taken over by Scotland and has become since then like a fundamental part of Scotland, because it turns out we did a lot of trading, and Edinburgh was a very good trading city. So that's how English ended up becoming the main language of Scotland, because everybody in the lowlands started speaking it to trade, instead of the Gaelic and Celtic languages otherwise spoken in the rest of Scotland.
Okay, I don't have anything to add to, so I went to Duolingo. We are in Unit 1.
Yep.
And start with talk about food, Unit 1, Lesson 3, I think. I don't know if you have this.
Alright.
I don't know.
Do we want to do it on your screen, or should I have...
I try to share, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I try to share it.
Yeah, because that's one of the things. If like, although I do have my own Duolingo practice on Gaelic, mine's also reset my progress. So we've been doing it on Wild Rose Queens on Duolingo. So we will have a watch of this.
We have to find a clean a little bit. Share it. Let's see.
So we've got Kasha, Shuka, and Span. Which one is cheese?
You can see, you can share it.
Yep, I have shared it on my screen now. Currently, that's
Okay.
what we've got up. So I'd say Kasha.
I hope we don't have a voice problem. I turn on the light because I can see. I want to write down all the word that we cover in the stream because I want to learn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Start to get dark. Start it. So we have the word cheese. Write it to other paper. I don't want to read it. Okay, image one. Cheese. Curious. Say this word because it's very strange.
Kasha.
Kasha?
Yep, Kasha.
Kasha.
Kasha. Kasha agus cake.
Kasha agus cake.
Yep. So we've also got the word cake.
Blaster.
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 Tasty.
Yep, tasty. Blaster.
Cake.
Brusty.
Cake.
Blaster.
Blaster.
Banya agus kasha.
Banya agus kasha. Cheese.
Yep.
Hama agus kasha.
Hammer.
Hammer agus Kasha. Hammer being ham, I believe.
Hama.
Ham. Agus kasha.
Kasha agus hama.
Kasha.
Kasha.
Agus.
Ayas.
Ayas. Hammer.
Hama. Ha cake blasta.
My gosh.
A cake blaster.
A cake bus.
Ha.
There is.
Yeah, cake, yeah. Yeah, so.
The cake is tasty.
Yeah, cake is tasty. A cake
Ha
blaster.
cake blasta. Ha cake blasta.
A cake buster. Okay, write down every word.
Ha.
Yeah,
There is. There
yeah.
is.
Ha banya blasta.
Ha banya blaster.
Ha banya blasta.
Habanya.
Banya
Blaster.
blasta. Ha banya blasta.
Milk is tasty. Ha banya blaster.
Very strange language.
That's the thing, like, the way I'm thinking of it is like, ha is, like we have des at the end of, in Japanese, which, you know, makes it is, so,
Yeah.
so, like, you know, jun, yeah.
Ha kasha blasta.
Hakasha blaster.
Ha kasha blasta.
Akasha Buster. The cheese is tasty.
Sugar.
Sugar. Banie.
Panie. Kaszy.
Kaszy.
Cake.
Cake. Banie. The hammer.
Hammer.
The hammer. Blaster.
Bluster. Kaszy.
Kaszy. Aju.
Agus.
Agus. Hammer.
Hammer.
Just I don't understand why they change the pronunciation in the sentences. I mean, there is a feminine and male words in Scottish Gaelic. So I'm going to see the author's site and write down a few things that we can understand more.
Yeah.
Aran.
Aran.
Oh my gosh, I can write. Reese.
Rish.
Oh my god, this sounds very Hungarian.
Really?
Reach. Oh god. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Just a little bit, maybe we say it differently. Reach in Hungary, yeah.
Rish.
Oh, I don't want to do this, just I wanted to hear again, but maybe later.
Kaszy. Kaszy.
Kaszy.
Harish. Bluster.
Harish.
Rish.
Blaster.
Bluster.
Harish Blaster.
Im.
Barf. Eam.
Im.
Eam.
Aran agus im.
Aran. Agus in. Bread and butter.
Ushke.
Ushka. Ushka.
Rish agus ushke.
What is this? I get some message. Oh! Hungarian YouTuber get. Oh, write something, it doesn't matter. No, I later I'm going to read this.
Rish agus ushke.
Rish agus.
Ayes.
Rish agus uska. Water.
Ushke.
I can replay if you not hear what they say.
Yeah, I did. So Rish Agasushka. Rice and water.
Yeah.
Tea not ushke.
Tino ushka. Tea, long E. I write it, but write the paper. Okay, it doesn't matter, but we should learn the right pronunciation.
No.
Or, oh my gosh, this language is very strange. Because no, in a lot of language we know.
Yeah. There's actually, in Gaelic, there isn't a word for or. No, there isn't a word for no, I believe, in Gaelic.
We're going to know?
Yeah.
Tea not ushke.
Tino ushka.
T, not ushka. Yeah, there isn't a word for yes or no.
Fine.
Spain.
Fine. Hello.
Hello.
Aran.
Aran.
Agus.
Agus.
Cheerio.
Cheery.
Cheerio. I hope they say, I don't know, French. I tried to learn French, but, you know.
Tea no coffee.
Tea na coffee.
No. Coffee. Rish.
Ríis.
No. Oi, Ayus.
Agus, yep.
Agus. Uisce.
Ushka. Tea.
Tea.
Ayus.
Or.
Coffee.
It's
Coffee.
or, not and.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
No. Coffee.
Tea no coffee.
They cover food names, I think, today.
Yeah. Which one of these is pepper? Beard, salan, or pepper?
Piobar. Just I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah.
Píper.
Pepper.
Pepper.
Píper. Bíag.
Beard.
Bíag.
Big.
Beard.
Research.
Yeah. The DH.
Balla.
Is weird Y sound at the back of the throat, but it's somewhat closer to a G from what I've read. So it's sort of a G at the very back of your throat. So beard.
Big. Oh my gosh.
Balla.
Balle.
Balla.
Food.
Bíag.
Big.
Beard.
Big. Salam.
Salan.
Salan.
Píper no salan.
Peter. No salan.
Pepper. No salan.
Píper no salan. Ha ma.
Ma.
Ha'ima. Yep.
Ha'ima.
Ha ma.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Im. Butter is good.
Yep. Butter is good. Ha'ima.
Ma.
Ha'ima.
Chanil uisce blasta.
Oh my gosh, I don't know where I am.
So ha is but
Chan.
Chanil is not. So Chanil
Chan.
is good blaster. Water is not good. Chanil.
You.
Yeah. TH is that sound that I mentioned earlier. So it would be Chan Il. Yeah. Ushka blaster. Yeah.
Chanil uisce blasta.
And you whisker buster. Butter is not tasty. Buster tasty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cake.
Cake.
Suka.
Sugar.
Shuka. Tea.
Tea. Píper.
Pepper. Porka.
Salan agus im.
Saran. Agus. In butter.
Ríis.
Reach.
Reach.
Plaster.
Blaster.
Cáise.
Cash. Panya.
Banya.
Beer.
Chanil ríis ma.
What?
Chanil rish ma.
Can?
Chanil. Chanil rish ma.
Can reach, man.
Ma.
The reach is not good. Yeah.
Rice is not good to get Chanil Ishma.
Wait, master, quick. We don't learn, French. We study Scottish, but some word is similar, maybe other word, but maybe there is no connection. Just the words sound similar. Yeah, Hungary. That is not good. Salam. No. Cha, el.
Chan. Il.
Rismat.
Rish.
Ma.
Chanil Ishma.
Chanil
Salan. Ma.
Right. Salam. Ma.
Ma.
I write down because it's very, very challenging. I mean, I learn outer language and I'm going to forget how to write if I not can practice.
Yeah.
Because Japanese and Spain are different from English, to be honest.
Yeah. That's like English is a Germanic language compared to French and Spanish, which are Romance languages. The Celtic languages are entirely new, are an entirely different family as well. So Gaelic is also as different between English and Spanish as English and Gaelic is as different to English as Spanish is to English.
Japanese as well, so it's very confusing.
Ha.
Tarunin, ma.
Runrig. Ma.
Tarunin. Ma.
Ha runrig ma.
Tomato. In Spain.
Tomato.
Yeah, tomato. They say like this.
Tasha agus tomato.
Tasha agus tomato.
Ha tomato blaster.
Ha.
Ha.
Ha tomato blaster.
Tomato.
Tomato.
There is no other word.
Blaster.
I am afraid we left out one part of the sentence. No. I write down.
Yeah.
Because, we write the and before situation word when we write no. Then, and Japanese don't have this also, I think.
I believe
it's really...
Yeah. Like, that's the thing, like, with, the equivalents, like, I like to think of ha as des and Chanil as, Janai or Dewa Arimasen. Though, like, Dewa Arimasen was how I was taught to say it in Japanese class, because Janai can be a bit rude depending on depending on what you're saying. Apparently, I don't know if that's still a thing, but yeah.
Isk.
Isk.
Yep.
Japan don't have this part. It seemed to be Gaelic as well. Don't have this.
Yeah.
Ha.
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 That to be, I think. That to be. Say late.
Salad.
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 kind of salad Gaelic has.
Salad.
Good. Write it down, sorry.
Yeah, that's
Broth. Broth.
Broth.
Broth.
Broth. Broth. H-D.
Broth.
Broth. Pronounce a little bit. Yeah. Broth.
Broth.
Broth. Broth. Oh my gosh.
Broth.
Broth.
Broth. No isk.
Broth. No. Yes.
Broth. No isk. Isk le salad.
That's a new one for me.
What?
Le.
What? What?
With. Huh. Yeah. Isk salad.
Le.
Le. Le. We say yes, le.
Yes.
Salad.
Salad.
Fish with salad.
Le. Salad le tomato. Salad. Le.
Salad le tomato.
Le.
The thing is that when I firstly heard Japanese, it was very, very strange until my ear didn't use it to. So I think this is with the same Gaelic. So yeah.
Yeah.
Broth.
Le.
Le.
Aran.
Aran.
Tang.
Tang.
Isk.
Yes. Oh no. Chan.
Han.
Han. Il.
Il.
Yes.
Isk.
Basta.
Blaster.
Yeah.
Yep. Genial. Isk blaster.
What is this? Really? Portuguese, not good enough for Portuguese. I don't know anything about Portuguese, but I know a little bit Spanish. So they say it's similar to Spanish language. So I'm not sure. Ma.
Ma.
Martin.
Haima.
Taima.
Haima.
And the butter is good. You learn with the site that I posted to you, Alistair.
Yeah.
Batingwa, good morning, I think.
Yeah, Matin Va.
Fesgorma and Terrace. Third one that I can read. Both.
Fesgorma.
Ushke.
Yeah? I didn't understand, sorry.
Yeah. Matin Va, Fesgorma, and what was the last one? I can't remember the last one.
Ushke.
I can remember as well. Ishka.
Habig ma.
Really? And how do you like Spanish?
Bieg.
Bieg. Food is good.
Habig ma.
Habiag ma.
Rish.
Rish. Longi in Hungarian. We would say this. Because we have short, we pronounce shortly, and the long rish. It's maybe different in this language, but we have long and and word letters like this.
Right, cool.
Gaan je uske blasten?
Kan el iske blaste. The water is not tasty.
Gaan je uske blasten?
Han el iske blaste.
Brood.
Iesk le salad.
What?
Isk le salad.
Iesk.
Isk. The salad. Fish with salad. Wait, if you see and say it English, yes, salad, fish. Somehow it's have a rhyme in English.
Yeah, it's one of the things of it seems that Gaelic doesn't have a. I can't remember what the
Chanil Rishma. Chan il.
You find people to speak with. Yeah, I also learn English for this reason partly. I learn Japanese as well to understand things, not firstly to speak with people, but in generally understand Japanese content, anime, books, songs, maybe talk with people. I sometimes talk with Japanese people that not the face usually, but if I learn the language, yeah, I'm going to speak in Japanese as well.
Ha ishke blaste.
Ha ishke. Ishke blaste.
Ishke. Blaste. Chanil salen ma.
Han.
Il. Chanil salen ma.
Salen.
Ma.
Salt is not good.
Chanil salen ma.
Chanil iesk blaste. Chan. Il. Chanil iesk blaste.
Ilk blaste.
Blaste.
And overboard a little bit.
There we go.
Coffee. Tang.
Coffee. Tang.
Coffee tang.
Tang. Tea.
Tea agus coffee. Tea.
Agus. Ayus. Coffee. I think this is a practice, but I can skip it for some reason, so sorry.
Tang.
Tang. But in case it's good to practice because this is very different language from what I learned, so
yeah, it is.
We should take a slow piece. Yes?
Yeah.
Tea. Tang.
Tea.
Tang.
Coffee. Tang.
Tang.
Anna kalu. Gust ayen. Ayen, or what they say. Ian.
Tea agus coffee. Tang.
Tea agus coffee. Tien. I think there is a name in Auckland as well. Yeah. There is.
Yeah.
The man called Ayen. It's a little bit different E that we use. I think the E is in the author side. I mean, the sign top of the E. I mean, it's a bit different.
Coffee agus tea.
You're welcome. Okay, agus tea.
Yeah, I will admit that typing Gaelic on my keyboard is really hard because of the what's it, a grav.
Tea.
I don't have
Yes.
Scottish or any other keyboard. I have Spanish, English, and Japanese one, I think.
Yeah, I only have English and Japanese.
Coffee.
Thing.
Tang.
Tea and coffee. Right. This is where it gets complicated.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, coffee. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Coffee, I think.
DH,
No.
I believe, and I.
Cool. Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, you was right.
Yeah. Yeah. The way to. Yeah. So you've. Yeah. Yeah. I guess Anna.
Right, the same
Yeah.
as in English.
Yeah.
Agus. Coffee. Yeah.
Yep.
Hard to remember.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is it's other than the DH being a sort of Y sound, like it's hard to.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
I can stop if you want to say something, just I go with the flow.
Yeah. The only thing I was going to say was that although I don't have a way of remembering the
Pronunciation.
Coffee. The fact the Y at the end of coffee. The thing that makes it the A instead of just an A or an A is the DH makes it is pronounced that sort of back of the throat sound, so that would make it coffee. I think I don't know how to explain that though, so I don't know if that helps at all. It might just make things worse.
Because you may be familiar with the language, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those things of like I'm familiar enough with it because I've had friends who are like called Ailey and stuff, so it's like I've been around people who have had that in their names, so I know how to pronounce it. But it's hard to explain otherwise. So yeah. Because it's one of those things. Even if I was to explain it to an English speaker, like most people in Scotland, it becomes instinctual, but you don't realise that you're using it. Sometimes it's not like it's not like
I can't listen.
Yeah. It's not like the in Faniel where it's like you realise what you're saying when you're saying it.
Anyo? I cannot remember what is meaning. I don't know what is it.
Faniel is not, I believe.
Anyo, yeah.
Hallo, Ian agus Anna.
Hallo, Ian agus Anna.
Coffee ijs sjoeke. Coffee ijs sjoeke.
Sjoeke. Hallo,
Ian
agus Anna.
Tea agus Spanje.
Tea agus Banya milk.
Tea
agus
sjoeke.
Sjoeke.
Iron brew agus Sjoeker.
Iron brew sugar. Yeah, the national drink.
Iron. Agus
Iron brew, not just iron.
Sjoeker. Iron brew agus Sjoeker.
Yep. and brew agus sugar.
Siúchgar. Baine agus coffee.
Baine agus coffee. Hello.
Halló.
Anna.
Anna.
Ajus.
Agus. Ian.
Ian. Coffee. Ajus. Baine. Double N and E.
Yeah, double N-E, but it's Banya, not Bianya. Yeah.
Yeah, I mixed the two letters.
Yeah, it's
Hello, Anna is Ian. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Anna is Ian.
Anna.
Hello, Anna is Ian. Ian.
Oh, again.
Yeah.
Coffee. Goose. Sweet.
Yeah. Long.
Yeah, I mix always sugar.
Sugar.
Again.
Yeah. Again. Ban. A-I.
Yeah. The A and E, yeah.
You always want to emphasise the first vowel in the... If there's two vowels next to each other, the first one gets emphasised more. So it would be banya instead of bianya. It would be... If it was IA, it would be bianya. But it's banya, so it's more...
Coffee.
Sound.
Yeah, they left out the E, I think.
Coffee.
Coffee. No, the A.
Yeah. Coffee.
Cake agus forke.
Cake agus fork.
Forke.
Cheery.
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 Cheery, Anna.
Cheery. Anna.
Anna. Spain agus siúchar.
Bain agus sugar. Cheery.
Cheery.
Anna.
Anna.
Spain agus forke.
Pine agus fork. This is why it's hard to learn English for German speaker. I think we have a problem in school because we learn English and some people learn German before and they not understand English. And I think Gaelic is a very different language from a lot of language.
Oh, yeah.
Tea. Ice.
The Irish
Cake.
cake.
Hello, agus cheery.
Hello.
Hello.
Agus.
Ice.
Cheery.
Cheery. Coffee agus cake.
C with K. C.
C.
Very strange.
Cheery.
Cherry. Coffee agus cake. Orca. Pine agus orca. Pine agus suikar. Sugar.
Yeah. Long. So it'd be sugar, not sugar.
I don't know. We finish the practice. We take some more because we pass the time that we was talking about.
Yeah, we'll do this last one, and then we'll call it after that.
Okay.
Tea, I guess coffee.
Theory. Oh my gosh.
Cheer.
Theory.
Ray.
Okay, I don't know. I'm going to write down as many times I can because it's hard to remember.
Yeah, that's the thing. That was very close. That was actually very good there. It's just the A and the I.
Iron brew. Agus siúchar.
Once again, long U. Sugar.
Yeah. I have Longo on the keyboard, but never mind. I forget, I think. Hard to remember.
Yeah, it's knowing. It's that Gaelic has the lengthened vowels that you get.
Banya agus tea. Banya agus tea.
Banya agus tea.
Yep, there we go. Yeah.
Hello, agus tea. Tio. Tiar. Right.
Yep.
Florida.
There we go. Yep.
I look up this word because I can't remember very well.
Tea agus Banya.
It's one of those words that an English speaker would look at and just go, "What? Like, does that make any sense?" Yeah.
We have similar letters in Hungary, but yeah, I didn't concentrate. I think we talk and made a mistake. Banya. Sweet car, nice.
Hello, agus cheery.
Yo. Right? Yeah.
Yep. That's Banya. This is Banya this time.
Banya?
Yeah, because that's a picture of a cow. That's Banya.
Coffee.
Yep.
Tea agus Banya.
And that one's sugar.
Sweet car.
Long U.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's one of those things where a bit of practice and you'll get it eventually. It's most of my attempts at learning Gaelic have been basically just repeated practice. But I used to be able to practice this on a train to work, so yeah. All right. With that, I think we're good calling it there then.
Yeah.
Cool. So I have been a listeners, and with me today has been Wild Rose Queen, and you can follow her on Twitch at twitch.com/Wild Rose Queen, or on Twitter.com at Wild Rose Queen, and at Wild Rose Queen VT. Sorry, and so I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will see you guys again next time. You got anything to say before we go, Wild Rose Queen?
You can follow Barristers on Twitch, Barristers, like the name how I write in the title, so you can follow him as well watching his stream. And we're going to be the next stream on Saturday, right? If we can repeat this on Saturday next week at the same time.
Yep, I'm free on Saturday next time, so we should be able to do another stream this next Saturday.
Okay, so we go now. Bye.
All right.